What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and today we're taking a look at the Born and Raised Nike SB Dunk Low, a must-have sneaker for 2023. Now, before we kick this video off, we're going to go over a little bit of history about the brand. It was started back in 2013 by two Venice Beach natives, Spanto and Two Tone. Two homies on a mission to preserve the LA culture, one block at a time. Now, I included this picture of their Instagram so you could get an idea of their aesthetic, but take a listen to what the creator had to say about the brand himself.
When Venice started to change growing up, I used Born and Raised as the conduit to kind of express my thoughts and feelings towards what was happening in the city that I love so much and I grew up in. I learned that I can take these cards that I was dealt and I can use these experiences to empower me. Showing other kids in the neighborhood and other kids around the world that like the way you grew up is okay, it's all right. We are preserving our culture one block at a time. We're still going to hold it down, we're still not going to change, this is just who we are.
Now, I don't know about you, but I can definitely resonate with the message and the history of Born and Raised as a brand and a culture, and I think it's so sick to see it translate onto the sneaker itself. As you can see, the colors pay tribute to the LA Dodgers with that blue colorway, and the iridescent swoosh logo I think is pretty sick, and definitely a highlighting feature on the sneaker itself. Now, one thing I want you to take note of throughout this video is that this sneaker is definitely all kinds of sueded out. That blue material is all kinds of suede, and I think that that's pretty sick. And as you can see here on the back of the heel tab, we've got the Nike SB logo, as well as their logo on the other side as well. Throughout this video, you're going to see other angles of the sneaker, and let me know at any time what your favorite feature is. Again, personally, I think the whole sneaker is a must-have, and I'm going to compare it kind of at the end to one of my other must-have sneakers for 2023. Now, anytime there's any kind of collaboration between Nike and a brand, I love to see some effort, so I think it's cool, as you guys can see from the sole gum bottoms here, which are non-traditional, all the way to the actual stitching on that tongue, all the way to the stitching on the front of the sneaker, as you guys can see. One block at a time as they talk about preserving their culture. I think that this is a collab done well. And more than anything, I hope that all my real ones are able to get their hands on these, especially all my real people that are watching this video right now. So while you're here, you might as well drop a like and subscribe for good luck. And as you can see, these do come with 3 different colored laces. Personally, the pink ones I think pop the most, which is probably the ones that I would wear myself. Now, while you're here, I want you to take a look at that white tumbled leather that you guys can see on these and see that this is not an ordinary pair of dunks. These are actually well produced. They have awesome suede on them, and that tumbled leather is really good quality, so I actually can't wait to see these. Now, this last part I think is really sick, but as you can see, this is Chris Spanto, and what he ended up doing is really inspirational, and he's one of the creators of Born and Raised, so I had to include this. For the release of the sneaker, everybody is of course hype, but he went one step further by hooking up a high school graduation class with all of these pairs. To be able to do that for your community, I think is really sick, and I think it's noteworthy, so shout out to Spanto. They do also have some sick Nike collab merch that's going to be dropping next month, so I did want to include this stuff just so you guys can see. Now, when it comes to resale, right now the prices are kind of bananas, as you guys can expect, a whole month out from release. However, I do think that these are going to go down, perhaps a little bit, just depending on how limited they truly are. At the end of the day, with a lot of dunks and a lot of Jordans, as you guys can tell, they have kind of gone down in hype, but ultimately it just depends on the scarcity of them all. Now, I did want to shout out these Nike SB Dunk Low Yuto Horigame honorary mentions right here as my second favorite sneaker of the year. So between these in the video and these right here, I can't tell which ones I need my hands on more. Now, if you made it this far, let me know what you guys think about this video. I try to share the story and the history of Born and Raised as best as I could, just so you have a little bit more appreciation before going into this release. Like I said, I think it's really sick to see this, and personally, I've never been to LA or the West Coast, but as a Florida boy, I think there's a lot to desire there, and I can't wait to see it. If you made it this far, I hope that you get your hands on these. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, stay safe, and thanks for cooking with the kitchen. Peace.